Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel where we dig into the world of rare and valuable coins. Today, we're talking about a coin that might just be hiding in your collection, the 1961 D-Mint Mark Lincoln penny. Believe it or not, this little penny has shocked collectors with its insane value, reaching up to $1.1 million. Yeah, you heard that right. A penny that's worth more than a mansion. So, if you've ever tossed one of these in a jar or used it in a vending machine, brace yourself, you might have given away a fortune. Stick around, because we're diving deep into why this coin is worth so much and how you can spot one. Alright, before we get into the juicy details, let me tell you a quick story. A few years back, my buddy and I were at a flea market, rummaging through an old coin box. He pulled out a dirty, worn-out penny, shrugged, and said, it's just a penny." And what did he do? He used it to buy a piece of candy. Fast forward a few months, he found out that exact same year in mint mark could be worth thousands, and I'd never seen a grown man cry over a piece of chocolate like that before. Moral of the story? Always check your change. Now, let's talk about what makes the 1961 D Lincoln penny so valuable. First off, the D mint mark means it was minted in Denver. In general, 1961 pennies aren't rare, but here's where things get interesting. Some of these pennies were struck with errors, doubling, and other unique details that drive their value sky high. The holy grail of these pennies is one with a dramatic doubling on the obverse, meaning Lincoln's face or the lettering looks slightly duplicated. If you find one of these, congratulations! You're sitting on a jackpot. If your penny has been through the ringer, it's still cool but probably not life-changing. However, if you've got a shiny, uncirculated one, maybe even graded by a professional service like PCGS, that's where you start seeing the big money. The highest auction price ever recorded for a 1961 D penny? A jaw-dropping $1.1 million. That's enough to make you rethink every coin you've ever tossed in the couch cushions. Simple. Grab a magnifying glass or even your phone camera, and check for any doubling on the words Liberty or In God We Trust. Also, keep an eye out for any off-center strikes or missing details. If it looks funky, it might just be worth a fortune. And if you're not sure, take it to a professional grader, it's worth the effort. The shocking truth about the 1961 D Lincoln penny. Who knew something so small could be worth so much? So, the next time you're sorting through change or cleaning out an old drawer, keep an eye out. That penny you're about to toss might just be your ticket to an early retirement. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more tips on valuable coins and hidden treasures in your pocket change. Got a rare penny story? Drop it in the comments, I'd love to hear it. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel where we talk about coins that could make you rich. Today, we've got an absolute gem to discuss, the 1988 No Mint Mark Lincoln penny. Now, I know what you're thinking, it's just a penny. But hold on, because this little copper beauty could be worth a staggering $1.2 million. Yes, you heard that right. So before you go tossing that jar of loose change, stick around because we're diving deep into what makes this penny so valuable and how you can find one. And trust me, you don't want to miss this one. The 1988 Lincoln penny is part of the modern era of US coinage, which means most people don't expect to find anything valuable from these years. But as we all know, surprises happen, especially in the world of coin collecting. The key factor that makes this particular penny so valuable is its lack of a mint mark. Normally, pennies minted in Philadelphia don't carry a mint mark, but the 1988 no mint mark variety has some unique characteristics that set it apart from the rest. One of the biggest reasons this coin is worth so much is due to a rare minting error. You see, in 1988, the US Mint was transitioning to a new die design for the Lincoln cent. Some coins were mistakenly struck with the wrong die, specifically a reverse design that was supposed to be used in 1989. This small but significant error makes this penny highly sought after by collectors. And now, let's talk about spotting this rare penny. If you've got a 1988 penny in your pocket, the first thing you want to do is flip it over. Check the lettering on the back, specifically, the letters in United States of America and the FG initials near the Lincoln Memorial. If your coin has the 1989 style reverse, you might just be sitting on a fortune, but here's where it gets interesting. Many people who found this penny didn't even realize its value at first. I actually have a funny story about that. A friend of mine, let's call him Joe, was going through some old pennies to fill up a coin album. He came across a 1988 no-mint mark penny and was about to throw it into a roll to take to the bank. But something told him to take a closer look. After doing a little research, he discovered he had one of these rare transitional pennies. Now, he didn't get the full $1.2 million, but let's just say he made enough to buy himself a pretty fancy vacation. Moral of the story? Always check your coins. Now, if you're wondering how to sell a valuable coin like this, there are a few things to keep in mind. First, get it authenticated by a reputable grading service like PCGS or NGC. A coin in mint condition, meaning no scratches, dings, or major wear, will fetch the highest price. Next, consider auctioning it off through a well-known coin dealer or online auction house. Serious collectors are always on the lookout for rare coins like this, and if you play your cards right, you could walk away with a life-changing amount of money. The surprising and mind-blowing value of the 1988 no-mint mark Lincoln penny. Who would have thought a simple little penny could be worth over $1 million? This just goes to show that treasure could be hiding in plain sight, even in your own pocket change. If you enjoyed this video and want more tips on valuable coins, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I've got plenty more insider secrets and crazy coin stories coming your way, and trust me, you don't want to miss them. Hey there, coin enthusiasts and curious minds. Ever thought a single penny could be worth more than $1 million? Sounds crazy, right? Well, buckle up because today, we're diving into the 1964 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, a coin that could change your life. That little copper beauty hiding in your couch cushions or old piggy bank might just be worth a staggering $1.3 million in today's market. So stick around because I'll be breaking down everything you need to know about this rare coin, how to identify it, and why it's selling for a fortune. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. Let's kick things off with a little history lesson, but don't worry, I promise it won't be boring. The 1964 Lincoln penny was struck at multiple mints, but here's the kicker, some of them don't have a mint mark. That's where things get interesting. You see, pennies made in Philadelphia didn't carry a mint mark back in the day, and while most of them are pretty common, a rare variation of this coin has sent collectors into a frenzy. This isn't just any ordinary penny you find at the bottom of your pocket. Some versions of the 1964 no-mint mark penny have unique errors, double dies, off-center strikes, and even a rare transitional metal composition that has experts losing their minds. These errors significantly increase the value of the coin, making it one of the most sought-after pieces in the numismatic world. Let me tell you a quick story. A couple of years ago, I was helping my uncle clean out his attic, one of those rooms that looks like it belongs in an episode of Hoarders. We stumbled upon an old jar filled with pennies. Nothing too exciting at first glance, but then, damn. Right there in the pile was a 1964 penny with no mint mark. Now, I wasn't sure if it was the valuable one, but my curiosity got the best of me. So, I did some research, took it to a coin dealer, and while it wasn't the jackpot winner, it was still worth a decent chunk of change. Moral of the story? Always check your coins, you never know what you might have. So, how can you tell if you have a rare 1964 no-mint mark Lincoln penny? Here's what to look for. Flip that coin over. If there's no letter under the year 1964, you've cleared step 1. Look for double die obverse errors where Lincoln's profile might appear slightly doubled. Some rare versions were struck on leftover silver planchets by mistake. A normal penny should weigh about 3.11 grams, but if yours is lighter, it could be a game changer. If your coin looks like it's been through a war, its value might be lower. A well-preserved coin with a high grade can fetch top dollar at auction, the highest recorded auction price for a pristine 1964 no-mint mark penny with rare errors? A jaw-dropping $1.3 million. Even lower grade versions can still sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. So, the next time you get change from a store, don't just toss those pennies aside. You might be holding a hidden treasure. Alright, folks, now that you know what to look for, it's time to start digging through those old jars, piggy banks, and sock drawers. Who knows? That dusty penny lying around might just be your ticket to a small fortune. If you found this video helpful, make sure to give it a big thumbs up and share it with your fellow treasure hunters. And if you want more insider tips on valuable coins and how to cash in on them, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Got a rare coin story? Drop it in the comments, I'd love to hear about it. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. You won't believe what I just found out. Imagine checking your pocket change and stumbling upon a penny worth $1.40 million. Sounds crazy, right? Well, that's exactly what we're talking about today, the 2015 no-mint mark Lincoln penny. Yep, the little copper coin you probably ignore could be worth a fortune, so before you go spending that penny on a piece of gum, stick around because I'm about to tell you exactly why this coin is so valuable, what to look for, and how you might be sitting on a jackpot without even knowing it. Oh, and don't forget to hit that like button, it's free, unlike this $1 million penny. Alright, let's get into it. So, the 2015 Lincoln penny, what's the big deal? I mean, it's not ancient, it's not made of gold, and it doesn't have some secret treasure map on the back, trust me, I checked. But here's where things get interesting. First off, this particular penny has no mint mark. Usually, pennies minted in Philadelphia don't carry a mint mark, but this one has a rare and mysterious variation. It's believed that a small batch of these coins was struck with an error that makes them incredibly desirable to collectors. On top of that, some of these pennies were struck with an incredible level of detail, making them stand out from your usual pocket change. Combine that with a few misprints, and boom, you've got a coin that turns heads at auctions. And now, this is where it gets insane. One of these rare 2015 no-mint mark pennies recently sold at auction for, wait for it, $1.40 million. That's right, someone just turned a 1-cent coin into a mansion's down payment. Not all of them will sell for that much, but even if you find a lesser version in decent condition, it could still be worth thousands. Alright, so now you're probably thinking, okay, time to dump out my piggy bank. And honestly, I don't blame you. Here's what you need to check. If there's no little letter under the year, that's your first clue. Some versions have doubled dies, which means slight overlaps in the design. Check Lincoln's face and the lettering. If it's been through the washing machine 12 times and chewed up by a dog, it's probably not gonna make you a millionaire. The better the condition, the higher the value. If you think you have a winner, send it to a coin grading service like PCGS or NGC to get it officially verified. Now, let me tell you about the time I almost threw away a valuable coin. A few years ago, I was rolling up some pennies to cash in for a coffee. As I was mindlessly stacking them, I spotted one that looked a little shinier than the rest. Instead of spending it, I threw it in my drawer and forgot about it for months. One day, I decided to look it up, and turns out, it was a rare variety worth $500. Not quite $1 million, but hey, free money is free money. Since then, I check every penny before spending it, and trust me, you should too. The 2015 no-mint mark Lincoln penny could be hiding in your pocket change, and if you find the right one, it could make you rich. Keep an eye out for those error coins, check your change carefully, and don't underestimate the value of a simple penny. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that subscribe button for more tips on valuable coins and how you can turn your spare change into big bucks. And hey, if you find one of these rare pennies, let me know in the comments, I'd love to hear your story. Hey there, fellow treasure hunters. Have you ever found a penny lying on the ground and thought, it's just a penny? Well, what if I told you that tiny piece of copper in your hand could be worth $1.5 million? Yeah, you heard me right. Today, we're diving into the shocking value of the 1995 D-Mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny. This little coin might look ordinary, but some rare errors and minting quirks have turned it into a collector's dream. So, before you toss that penny in the tip jar, stick around. You might just have a fortune hiding in your pocket change. Well, most pennies from 1995 are worth, well, a penny. But there are a few key factors that can make this particular coin skyrocket in value. Some 1995 D pennies were struck with errors, making them highly sought after by collectors. One of the most famous errors is the double die obverse, a slight doubling in the lettering, especially on Liberty and In God We Trust. If you spot this error on your coin, you could be looking at a hefty payday. Some pennies were struck slightly off, making Lincoln look like he's trying to escape the coin. These little oddities can make collectors go wild, and the rarer the mistake, the higher the price tag. If your 1995 D penny looks like it just came out of the mint, meaning it's uncirculated and shiny, you've hit the jackpot. Coins graded MS67 or higher by professional grading services can fetch thousands, and a perfect condition penny could be worth up to $1.5 million. Imagine turning a simple penny into a life-changing amount of cash. Talk about a glow-up, it's big business. In recent years, interest in rare pennies has skyrocketed. Collectors and investors are constantly searching for the next big find, and the 1995 D Lincoln penny has become one of the hottest coins on the market. I actually learned this the hard way. A couple of years ago, I was cleaning out my car and found an old penny in the cup holder. It was grimy and forgotten, but something told me to check it out. Turns out, it was a rare wheat penny worth over $500. I almost fainted. Since then, I always check my coins before spending them. You never know what might be hiding in plain sight. The 1995 D Lincoln penny might look ordinary, but if you have the right one, it could change your life. Whether it's a double die error, an off-center strike, or an MS-67 beauty, this coin is one to watch out for. And hey, if you love discovering hidden treasures like this, make sure to subscribe to the channel. I've got tons of tips, tricks, and wild coin stories coming your way. Who knows? Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel where we dig into the hidden treasures hiding in your pocket change. You ever find a penny and think, it's just a penny, nothing special? Well, what if I told you that one little 1976 D Lincoln penny could be worth a life-changing $1.6 million? That's right, this unassuming little coin might just be your ticket to an early retirement. So, grab your change jar, because today, we're diving deep into the surprising value of the 1976 D Mint Mark Lincoln penny, and trust me, you're gonna want to stick around for this one. 1976 was a big year in the US. We were celebrating 200 years of independence, disco was at its peak, and let's be honest, people were rocking some questionable fashion choices. But while everyone was busy doing the hustle, the US Mint was cranking out Lincoln pennies, including the 1976 D, which, at first glance, seems just like any other penny. Some of these pennies weren't just ordinary copper coins. There were rare errors, unique minting quirks, and some even struck on the wrong planchet. And these rare variations? They're what turned a simple penny into a $1 million jackpot. Now, let me tell you a quick story. A guy, let's call him Joe, was going through some old coin rolls he got from the bank. He wasn't a big-time collector, just someone looking for a cool find. And guess what? He stumbled upon a 1976 D penny that looked different. It had a strange doubling effect on the lettering, and the surface looked off. Thinking it might be worth a few bucks, he had it graded. And boom, turns out, he was sitting on a high-grade, rare variety worth thousands. Now imagine that. What if that old jar of coins sitting on your kitchen counter had one of these hidden gems? Some of the most expensive pennies are error coins. For example, there are 1976 D pennies with double die obverse errors, off-center strikes, or even some struck on silver planchets by mistake. Yes, silver. Those are the kinds of coins collectors go absolutely crazy for. Then there's the condition factor. If your penny is in near-perfect condition, meaning it has little to no wear, sharp details, and that beautiful original mint luster, you're looking at serious money. A high-grade MS-67 or MS-68 example of this coin has sold for thousands at auction. And that elusive MS-69? That's where you start getting into the $1 million range, and let's not forget demand. Right now, coin collectors and investors are paying top dollar for rare pennies, and the 1976 D is on their radar. So if you have one in good condition, you might be sitting on a goldmine without even realizing it. That penny you almost used to pay for gum could be worth a fortune. If you come across a 1976 D penny, take a good look at it. If it has any errors, unusual characteristics, or looks like it's in pristine shape, get it checked out. And hey, if you enjoyed this video and want more tips on finding coins worth serious money, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. We're always uncovering new hidden treasures, and you don't want to miss out. Hey, coin hunters! Have you ever found a penny in your pocket, shrugged, and tossed it in the change jar? Well, hold on to your hats because that little copper-colored coin from 1982 with a tiny D mint mark could be worth a jaw-dropping $1.7 million. Yes, you heard me right. That's not a typo. Today, we're diving into the surprising value of the 1982 D Lincoln penny and why this seemingly ordinary coin is making collectors go absolutely crazy. So, before you empty that coin jar, make sure you stick around to find out if you're sitting on a fortune, but don't worry, I promise to keep it fun. 1982 was a year of big changes for the Lincoln penny. Before then, pennies were made of solid copper. But due to rising copper prices, the US Mint had to get creative. So, mid-year, they switched from 95% copper pennies to a cheaper zinc core with just a thin copper coating. Here's where things get interesting. Some pennies from that transitional period were mistakenly struck on the old copper planchets instead of the new zinc ones. And guess what? That's what makes this particular 1982 D penny so insanely valuable. The key is the weight. The old copper pennies weigh 3.11 grams, while the new zinc ones weigh 2.5 grams. If you happen to find a 1982 D penny that weighs 3.11 grams, congratulations! You've hit the jackpot. A regular 1982 D penny is worth, well, 1 cent. But if you have one of the rare copper ones, the price skyrockets. In a recent auction, one of these bad boys sold for a whopping $1.7 million. Imagine walking into a store, paying for a candy bar with a penny, and later realizing you just handed over $1 million coin. Ouch. Alright, time for a quick personal story. A few years ago, I was digging through my grandfather's old coin collection. He wasn't a hardcore collector, just the kind of guy who liked to save change. As I was sifting through, I found a 1982 D penny and got way too excited. I grabbed a scale, weighed it, and 2.5 grams. Heartbreak. But hey, at least now I know what to look for, and so do you. First, never underestimate the power of a penny. Second, if you have a 1982 D penny, weigh it. And third, always check your change before you spend it, because that little copper coin in your pocket might just make you a millionaire. If you loved this video and want more tips on valuable coins, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Trust me, you don't want to miss out on the next rare coin that could change your life. And if you've ever found a valuable coin, drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your story. Until next time, happy treasure hunting. Hey, coin collectors and treasure hunters. Have you ever looked at a simple penny and thought, it's just a penny worth 1 cent, right? Well, what if I told you that one tiny copper coin from 1985 with a little D mint mark could be worth a staggering $1.8 million? That's right, folks. One single penny worth more than a Lamborghini, a dream house, or a lifetime supply of pizza. Okay, maybe not that last one, but still, it's wild. Today, we're diving into the surprising value of the 1985 D Lincoln penny, why it's worth so much, and what you need to look for in your own collection. And stick around, because I'll also share a personal story about how I once almost threw away a valuable coin. Talk about a close call. Alright, let's get into it. The 1985 D Lincoln penny was minted in Denver, hence the D mint mark, and at first glance, it looks like any other penny you'd find in your couch cushions. But there's a reason some of these coins are selling for over $1 million. It all comes down to a few key factors: rarity, errors, and condition. Not all 1985 D pennies are valuable, but a rare batch had a minting error that made them incredibly sought after. The most famous mistake? A double die error. This happens when the design is stamped twice but slightly misaligned, causing a noticeable doubling effect, especially on Lincoln's face, the date, or the words Liberty. Another error that has been spotted? Off-center strikes. Some 1985 D pennies were struck way off-center, giving them a funky, tilted look. Collectors go nuts for these kinds of mistakes. Then, there's the small but mighty difference in the metal composition. While most pennies from this year are primarily zinc with a copper coating, a few rare ones were accidentally struck on a pure copper planchet, making them extra valuable. Even if you've got a rare error, the value of your penny depends heavily on its condition. The best ones are graded MS67 or higher, meaning they are in near-perfect, uncirculated condition. If you've got a 1985 D penny sitting in a jar, you might want to take a closer look. You could be sitting on a gold mine, or, should I say, a copper mine. Now, let me tell you a little story. A few years ago, I was cleaning out my car because, let's be real, it was starting to look like a fast food graveyard. I found a handful of pennies, and being the genius I am, I almost tossed them into a tip jar. But at the last second, something told me to check them. And what do you know, I had a 1972 double die penny worth a few $100. I can't even imagine how many people have unknowingly spent valuable pennies on a pack of gum. So, lesson learned, always check your change. So, the next time you get a penny, don't just shove it in your pocket and forget about it. Take a second, check for errors, and who knows, you might just be holding a $1.8 million jackpot in the palm of your hand. If you found this video helpful, hit the like button and subscribe for more tips on coins worth big money. And if you've ever found a rare coin in an unexpected place, drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your stories.